Hello everyone! So our topic for this week is about special products. Now under special products, we have the square of a binomial, cube of a binomial, product of the sum and difference of two numbers, product of two binomials, and square of trinomials. Now, as you can see, we have here number 4. We have already discussed this under multiplication of polynomials. Special products came from multiplication of polynomials. Since it is a case-to-case basis, there would be some of them which will occur frequently. This is being learned or being taught to students to save time in multiplication by using its pattern. Using its pattern, we have already formulated a formula for each of the 5 special products. Now, when we solve using the formula for our special products, we're gonna follow these steps. So first, we have to find the value of A, B, and RC. Number 2, we have to substitute to the formula that is going to be given, and therefore we can simplify. Now, the first case that we're going to learn is the square of a binomial. Now, when we square a binomial, there would be 2 cases. Either we're gonna add the binomials or we're gonna subtract them. So for each of these cases, we are going to use each of these formulas. For example, number 1, since we have here x plus 2y squared, we're gonna follow the first formula, which is a plus b squared equal your a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, the first step is to find the value of your a and b, right? It follows the format of our a plus b squared. Since your a corresponds to your x, therefore your a is your x, and the 2y would now be your b. So since we know now what's our a and then b is, we now substitute here. So that would be a is x, so that would be x and squared. We copy your plus and we copy your 2. Our a is again x, so that would be x, and our b is 2y. 2y plus our b is 2y again, so that would be 2y. Since this is squared, we're gonna square it. Now, after that, we're gonna simplify. So that would be x squared, that is x squared plus. Now, if you see this one, if you're gonna encounter this kind of multiplication, we multiply the numbers first before the letters. So 2 times 2, that would be 4. X times y, that would be xy, plus we have your 2y squared. The same with what we did here, we square the number first. So 2 squared is 4, and then y squared is, of course, y squared. So that would be our answer. Here is our example number 2. We have 3x minus 4y squared. Now, since this is subtraction, we're gonna use the formula wherein we have a subtraction. Now, just like example number 1, we're gonna use 3x as your a and 4y as your b. So, substituting to the formula a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, that would be equal to a is 3x, that would be your 3x, and we have to square it, minus 2a again is 3x, b is 4y, plus b again is 4y, so that is 4y, and we're gonna square it. Now, simplifying it, that would become 9. X squared is x squared minus 24. X times y is again xy plus 16, and y squared is y squared. So the second case or the second special product is a cube of a binomial. The formula for that one is this one. We have different formulas for addition and subtraction also. So if we have example number 1 here, we have 7x plus 3, the quantity cube. We're gonna follow the first formula since this is plus. So that would be a plus b, the quantity cube, equal to the formula. Substitute, the a is your 7x, b would be your 3. So that would be a is 7x, we follow the cube, plus your 3 here, and a, that would be your 7x, and we squared it. B would be your 3, plus 3, a is 7x, b squared, that would be 3 squared, plus, of course, your b is 3 again, that would be cubed. Now, if we simplify that one, this would be the answer. But mind you guys, this is cube already. So if we have to cube the number, this would be 7 times 7 times 7. That's why it became 343. We have here a square first. So you need to square 7 first before you multiply to these numbers. So 7 squared, that would be 49 times 3, and then again times 3. So you need to be careful with your numbers. 3 squared. So that would become 9 times 7 times 3 already. So that's why it became 189. And for your 3 cube, that would be 27. Now for example number 2, since we have here subtraction, we're gonna use the second formula, which is a minus b, the quantity cube. So this would be the formula. As you can see, we have here minus and minus. Now when we substitute the given, which is a is your 2r, b is your 5s. Substituting them, that would be 2r, that would be cube, minus 3, 2r squared times 5s. So further simplifying this one, this would be 2 cubed, that is 8, r cubed, that is r cubed. This would be 2 squared, that is 4 times 3 times 5. That's why it became minus 60. And then r squared is r squared and s. Now for this one, we have 5 squared first. So we squared your 5 first, that would be 25 times 2. And then times 3. That's why it became 150. And that would be your r and s squared. And this would be 5s cubed would be 125s cubed. So the third special product is the product of the sum and difference of two numbers. So if it follows this format, the answer would be a squared minus b squared. We have here an example. We have x squared plus 5, x squared minus 5. So since it followed this format, what we're going to do with your a, which is x squared, and your b, which is 5, we're just gonna square them and subtract. So a is your x squared, and you square it again, minus your b squared or your 5 and squared. So therefore, the answer would be x raised to 4 minus 25. We have 2x plus 9y and 2x minus 9y. So your a would be your 2x, your b is your 9y. So since we have here the formula, your a is 2x, and then you square it, minus b, which is 9y, you squared it, the answer would be 4x squared minus 81y. Now the fourth special product is the product of two binomials by FOIL method. Now since we discussed this the past few weeks, let's proceed with number 5, which is the square of a trinomial, and this has the longest formula. Let's have example number 1. But we have here a minus. So the problem is that it has to be plus for us to follow the formula. Now for these cases, what we're going to use or what we're going to do is to make this one plus. So that would be x. We make it plus negative 2y for it to follow this format, and plus 3z and squared. Now we could now follow what we call the format. We have a plus b plus, since we've already have the value of your ABC, let's now substitute in this formula. So our a is, that would be x, we squared it, plus your b is negative 2y, so that would be negative 2y squared, plus c is 3z, so that would be 3z squared, plus we have your 2a is x, we follow your b, so that is negative 2y, plus 2a is x, c is 3z, plus 2b is negative 2y, plus, multiply your c, which is 3z, plus your negative 2y squared, that would be negative 2 squared is positive 4, and y squared, that would be your y squared, plus the square of 3 is 9, z squared is still z squared, plus, or we have here a negative 1. So you have to be careful. We have 2 times negative 2, that is negative 4. X times y is xy. Plus, plus 2 times 3, that is 6. X times z, that is x and z. And we have here a negative 1. So 2 times 2, that is 4. Negative 4 times 3, that would be negative 12. And y times z, that would be yz. So that would be our answer for example number 1. Let's have example number 2. Now as you can see here, we have 2 negatives. Now for us to follow the format that has been given, we're gonna have to add negative 5x and negative 2y. So just put addition in between, and after that we have now your formula. We substitute to the formula the value of your a, which is 2x squared, b, which is negative 5x, and c, which is negative 2y. That would be 2 squared, that would be 4, x squared, that would be x raised to 4, and we have negative 5 squared, that is 25, x squared is x squared, negative 2 squared, that is 4y squared, minus 20x cubed, minus 8x squared y plus xy. So that would be the answer for number 2.